Hey, what's up guys? So in this video I'm going to be showing you the last minute of 10 20 plus pound kill wins I've gotten on Alcatraz. Also, I finally picked the 100 subscriber giveaway winner. I did a random number generator with everyone that's ever commented on a video and it picked Brandon B. So just leave a comment or message me on Twitter and I will get you that gift card right away. Don't worry if you didn't win this time, we're still doing one at 250 subscribers, and if you're subscribed now you'll still be entered in the next one. I want you guys to try to focus on the different strategies and the equipment, the weapons, and the circle movement that I use at the end game. And also feel free to drop a like on the video if you learn anything new. I really appreciate it and it helps out the channel a ton. So in the first clip I noticed that there was only 3 people left in the final circle, so I used all of the perks that I had. Knowing that someone was on the roof, I quickly used my grapple to get up there. Noting that I have mobility so I can't take any fall damage if I jump off the building. And with that guy out of the way, I can now focus on the other 2 people without having to worry about getting sniped or shot from the rooftop. We would have had one more kill in this clip, but sadly my teammate had to steal my kill. And by listening, I could tell that there was someone directly beneath me. Judging by the circle and not being able to hear anyone, I could pretty much guarantee that the guy was on the other end of the circle. So I reloaded all my guns, made sure I was full on health, and I went up there to go get him. He was pretty low on health, so it was not that hard to get the W. Knowing there was someone on the roof after grappling up there, it was pretty easy to surprise him. And during this clip, I want you guys to pay attention to the movement that I use throughout this house to eliminate all the last enemies. I know most people already know this, but I'm just going to put it in here anyways as an extra tip. You can tap Y after clicking a grenade to disable the grenade and not end up throwing it. Luckily at the end, the enemies weren't too aware of their surroundings in this one, so it wasn't too hard to get the W. This clip is a prime example of why grenades and other equipment are so important at the end game. We managed to squad wipe the rest of that squad that was camping up there in the room, and it helped us out in achieving the W a lot. Also, it's a pretty good example of why headsets are so important, because without my headset I wouldn't have been able to tell that somebody was upstairs camping in there. And even though the final circle is pretty small, I still like to have a long range gun and a short range gun just for extra precaution in case anybody is far away or not that far away. And I can tell pretty much by the way these guys are playing that they did not have headsets, or else I probably would have been found by them pretty easily. The beginning of this clip is a prime example of why I absolutely love the Switchblade. It's one of my favorite guns in Blackout at the moment. It just shreds people close range, and it's the perfect gun for running around in the inside of the cell house. And right here it's going to be another prime example of why having the right equipment is important, because judging by the circle, everybody that's outside is going to have to come inside of the courtyard. So I was able to use mesh mines at the only 2 entrances that there really is from the outside. Also, it's really important to have map awareness, because if you play this map enough, then you know that there is no way for them to jump over onto the balcony that I'm on right now. There's no way for them to get up here from the outside, so you know that the only way through is through your mesh mine. Don't really know how I didn't die right here, but we still got the W, so I'm not really complaining. And honestly, in this match, I just ended up getting really lucky getting the war machine. I was able to get that guy that was down there, and luckily, none of the other people that were up here seemed to be very aware that I was up here as well. So it wasn't that hard to actually get him. And now that I'm certain that there's no one else behind me, I decided to go inside the building and start trying to help my teammates after double checking to make sure that there really is no one behind me. It never hurts to double check, because double checking can really save your life, especially in the end game. It's always important to double check behind the rocks as well, because a lot of people like to camp in corners and small crevices when it's at the end game in the final circle. Let's just pretend you guys aren't seeing this. Right around here I could tell by the kill feed that my teammate actually killed the guy that was off to the right, so the only other viable option where enemies can be is up on the cell house or inside the cell house. So using my smoke grenades, I threw them to block their view of me trying to get up there, because they would have an incredible high ground advantage on me if they could see me. Knowing that I have two incredibly powerful close range guns, I start to push them because they're not really pushing us. And I just keep pushing and pushing. And honestly, winning this one was kind of pure luck, because I'm just really lucky that that guy did not have a very good shot. By paying very close attention, you can see that my concussion got hit with a trophy system, so I know now that throwing anything over there would be completely useless now. But I did manage to get my trophy system on the ground to prevent them from throwing any grenades back at me. And again, I just want you guys to pay attention to the movement that I used to be able to secure this W. There was a lot of quick thinking, and that's kind of what you have to do if you want to get 20 bombs on Alcatraz. In this clip, it really shows why high ground is key, and why grapples are probably one of the most important equipment you can get. Other than concussions and frags, those three are probably the most important and the ones that you always want to pick up if you find them. And although I didn't get the last kill in this game, I was able to grapple over to the roof because I had the grapples, and I was able to provide cover for my teammates that were down below, and if they were to end up getting killed, I would have been able to cover them. And this clip is a perfect example of why knowing how to use cover and when to use cover is very important in the end game. And here you can notice that I use my grapple to move over there instead of running, because it's a lot harder for them to hit a faster moving target. It also made it a lot more easier for me to get that kill. And in this clip, I got actually very lucky. I did not use the Titan the entire match. I would not recommend anyone using the Titan. I personally don't find it to be that good. But I managed to actually get a crate with a whole bunch of good loot in it right after redropping in, so it made getting this win a lot more easy. It's never a bad idea to try to go for the crates, especially in the end game when you're landing in with just a strife. Just try to make sure that you don't really see anybody around the crate or like a team shooting around the crate, so you won't die just by landing there. And again, in this clip, it really shines a light on how important high ground is, especially when it's the end game. And right about here, I used the grapple to get back up there because I really wanted to avoid the zombies, because the zombies mess up your shot a lot. And it looks like that's going to be the end of this video. I want to thank anyone that stuck around and watched the entire thing. Let me know down in the comments if you learned anything new or if this video helped you at all, and also if I should do anything more like this. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe and drop a like on the video if you liked what you see, and I'll see you guys next time.